Welcome everybody to Federico Gymnasium here in Westerly, the site of today's girls varsity volleyball semifinals. At stake here, folks, is a trip to the Division III state championship. There can be no bigger excitement than an opportunity for that. We have visiting Scituate Spartans here. These two teams have met twice during the regular season, once on the 28th of October, so not long ago. That being said, Westerly was successful in both games, 3-0 in the first, 3-1 in the second matchup. And I got to tell you, folks, it's always hard to beat a team twice, let alone 3 times. And you can throw records and everything out the window when you're down to the, well, Central Falls made it on the other side, so we're down to 3. And this is for the lone trip. So the teams are on the field, starting a couple minutes early, but we are ready to start action here, folks. Huge excitement before the game. We have a great crowd on hand here, folks. I mean, it's all at stake. This is what they all play for. They play for a chance at the state championship. And here we go. Serving for Westerly. Meg Beal to start the serve. And that's an ace to start, baby. That goes off the back wall, 1-0 Westerly. And let me tell you, folks, they are a fired-up crowd. They warmed up. They went into the locker room. They went in chanting. They came out. They were focusing on the other team, and here we go for 2 in a row. 1-0 Westerly. Meg Beal, senior. There's a scattered few seniors on this Bulldog team, but they're going to have a high-quality team next year as well. The serve. Beautiful off the net, and that's 2. Top of the net, and early motivation, early momentum is always great. Obviously, it's best of 3 games out of 5. Progressive scoring, first to 25, win by 2. The serve. And it is going to go out of bounds. They can't handle it. That's 3 for Beal. So far, the back line of Scituate not holding up at the moment. That serve was pretty conventional. You'd think that it would be handled at this level. But again, there's also the intimidation factor of losing 6 out of 7 that Westerly owns over Scituate. And that one is handled by a bump, and they're going to have to dump it over. And they barely do, but do, making it difficult. At the net, spike deep, and Westerly can't handle it. First point on the board for the Spartans. 3-1 score here, folks. Noon start also comes into the fact these ladies aren't used to starting this early in the day, but it looks to me like both teams are pretty well ready. We got here an hour early, and they were already warming up. The serve, number 3 for the Spartans, hailing down the back line, and off the net, can't handle it. Another point for the Spartans. Number 3 for the Spartans. Unfortunately, my roster starts with number 4, so we're going to go with number 3 as the name. 3-2 score here, folks. Starts deep with the serve. Not a running serve, but that's a beauty. Handled by Westerly. Beal with the set, and that's Peliquin to the back line, handled by the Spartans. We have a whistle stoppage of play. Point by Westerly. I think it was, I don't know, I'm not going to guess on you folks. But it's a good news. 4-2 Westerly serve. And number 13, Summer Bruno serving for Westerly. Bruno's playing simultaneous sports as she was on varsity soccer action as well. 2 bumps by the Spartans, going to have to dump to the back line. And that's Bruno to Beal. And Farside can't handle it. That's number 18, Alex Storr. Comes up short, 4-3 score. Spartans will serve. Number 15, I can help you with. That is Carissa Katoya, a junior. Four to 3, and we're off. Knuckleball. Summer bump. Beal tips it over. Number 12 for the Spartans, and then number 10 tries to spike, blocked by Pellegrin. Hits the net. Point for the Spartans. Tied up here, folks. 4-4. Again to 25. Win by 2. And number 15 looking for 2 in a row. The serve. A nice knuckleball handled again, but this time by Riddler. And going to be dumped over by Beal. Nice spot. It's a set by the Spartans. A nice one. And that's going to go long on the Spartans. Point Westerly. The referees sure are conversing at the moment on who gets the point. I think they disagree. And that is going to flip the point, maybe? Yeah. It's going to go to the Spartans. So is serve. Wesley's unaware. That's going to cause some kind of an explanation. But 5-4 Spartans with the serve is the ruling. The far judge overruled the near judge, which is one on the net. That's odd because that is the referee in command. Onward and upward, folks. Number 15 for 3 in a row. 5-4 score. Knuckleball short. Beauty of a serve. Dumped over. Nice job by Westerly. Set by the Spartans. A little short and handled by Westerly. Right back over by Peliquin. A nice one-hander. Far side, number 10. Soft spike. Out of bounds. This time it does go to Westerly. Tied up 5-5. And we have a substitution on Westerly. In comes Meg Cavallo, senior, to serve. Peliquin gets a little bit of rest here. 5-5 score, game 1 of the state semifinals here in Division 3. 2 bumps and a dump, it looks like, and that's what it is. Bruno, nice sliding bump. Beal sets up Federico. Handled by the back line. They're going to bring it back over. And that's going to be inbounds. Point for the Spartans. They came ready, folks. 6-5 Spartans with the serve. And Cavallo subbed out. In comes Dina Arnold. Number 10 for Scituate, Madison Geyser serving. Front spin handled by Bruno. Far side out score and dumped over. Out of bounds, a bump saved by the Spartans. Number 16, far side. Wesley lets it go. Out of bounds it is. Side out, 6-6. Wesley will serve. In comes Storr. Out goes Lila Simmons. Storr will come in to serve. We are not at 6. Game 1, folks. Best of 5 match. Win or go home. Winner to the state championship versus Central Falls. This serve to the corner. Tough time handling it. And they're going to dump it back over. And Wesley with 2 bumps. And Federico comes in with the overhand back line handled by Scituate. And number 3 for the Spartans. And that's out of bounds. Wesley breaks the knot. 7-6 with the serve. And Storr's serve, handled by the back line. Number 10 with a deep set. Number 15 is going to dump it over. And that's a back line bump, set, and Federico with the spike into the net. And we are tied again. 1-1 we're going, folks. Seems to be a little cycle in this. And this production brought to you in part by Remy Cycles and Teddy's Toys, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Local service. And we are back to action here, folks. Scituate serving. Beal with the bump right back over. And Scituate with the set. They're getting into their offense very well. Handled well by Bruno. Storr with the set. And that is going to be Riddler, and that's going to be inbounds. Let go, and the Bulldogs get the point. Unknot the tie, 8-7. And it's going to be Riddler serving. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. Together, we are Westerly Live. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Westerly.live on your web browser. And that serve into the net. Back to a tie, 8-8. We're going 1-1, folks, and that's a side out, and the Spartans will serve. And a nice serve brought up by Bruno and dumped over in tight to the net by the Spartans. They're going to go for the soft spike, handled on the back row by Arnold, and brought over with a nice play by Riddler, and the Spartans do keep it up. Oh, they crossed the center line. So Westerly will unknot the tie, 9-8. And if we keep going in this routine, it's going to be 9-9 in a minute. But serving for Westerly, number 21, who has to be wearing a different jersey than normal. Let's see. That looks to me like it is going to be Federico in a different number. So we have the set near the net. That's Federico with the bump. Storr to the far side, Beal. Spike goes deep. Tie game, 9-9. I see a pattern, folks. Both teams came to play. Like I said, throw away the regular season matches. Playoffs are a whole entity of their own. Number 4, Rhiannon Walsh with the serve for the Spartans. Nice serve, straight up by Beal. Federico bumps to the net, and Wesley can't get it over. Bruno tries. 10-9 Spartans. And we have a timeout Westerly on the spot here, folks. So the Spartans with a 10-9 lead heading towards halfway through game 1. To say the least, it's back and forth. Neither team has scored more than 2 points in a row, which is that's odd in and of itself. But it's action-packed. That's what's wonderful about the playoffs, folks. I mean, like I said, the state championships, that's the ultimate for student-athlete. And this is for one ticket. 2 teams, 1 ticket. Scituate's got a long ride home. They want it to be a happy one. Westerly's got a short ride home, and they don't want to be home thinking about it. So 26. Yeah, we're looking at the clock here, and it's steady. So 10-9 Scituate. Scituate with the serve. Game one. Walsh serving again for the Spartans. She's got 2 in a row. That's a nice serve. Bumped up close to the net, and now that's a nice tight play, and Westerly's going to get it. Ties it up 10-10, and again, 2 points is the most in a row. So Westerly forces the side out, and Beal will serve. 5 seniors is all the Westerly Bulldogs are holding. So, like I said, the future is bright, but the present is brighter. They're 3 wins away from a state championship at Rhode Island College. And the bump goes out of bounds. That's going to be a point for the Bulldogs. That is Federico serving. A huge cog in the Bulldogs' wheel. Wearing number 21. Beal is serving. And the serve, a beauty. And it's a missile drop. Ace for the Bulldogs, point number 3 in a row, but only for 2 for Beal. So let's see if we can break this short little stutter of scoring, and if the Bulldogs can go on a little bit of a run here. 12-10 lead. The serve. And that has a sharp drop at the end, dumped by the Bulldogs, set by the Spartans. They're going to have to dump it over. And sitting around the campfire, the Spartans find it, falls in the middle. 5 ready, no one hits it. Bulldogs with a little bit of energy now. 13-10 Dogs. Beal looking for 4 in a row. And the serve, another nice one, back line. Handles it. And they're going to have to dump it over, and that's what they do. It's long, it's deep, and they let it go. Good wise decision by Federico. And the score is 14-10. So we have 5 points in a row for the Bulldogs. By far the longest run of the game. And the serve. Handled by the backside. Set. Too far from the net. Forces a dump over to the Bulldogs. And they get caught sleeping. So that's the end of the run. A side out. 14-11. And back to number 3 for the Spartans serving. Spartans want to inch a little closer here, turn the tide, and that's a nice serve deep. Have to handle it. And Beal with the set. Peliquin puts it over. Tipped, and they can't bring it back up. Nice spot by Peliquin. 16-11, and a quick side out for the Bulldogs, which keeps momentum, keeps energy in their favor. And the serve, a sidewinder, and they can't handle it. Oh, they do get a piece of it. Nice try by the Spartans, but they can't handle it. That was a tornado-type serve. 16-11 the score. And the serve by Bruno, back line, catches him retreating. Deep bump, the dump by the Spartans. Bruno handles it close to the net. Tough one, and Beal can't put it over. 16-12. Spartans force a serve. Both teams looking for space. And if you happen to be looking for space, Mark Wright, Realtor, Coldwell Banker, Coastal Homes, to your satisfaction is Mark's first concern. Consider Mark for all of your housing needs. Back to play on the floor. Number 15 serving for the Spartans. That is Katoya. And Bruno tries to dig it out, and Wesley able to keep it back up. Nice job by Simmons, puts it over. And we're back to a dump situation by the Spartans. They do well at that. Handled by Federico. Good set. And Simmons tries to put it down, and it's bumped up close to the net. Put back over by the Spartans. Beal brings back in order, and that's Riddler puts it over. So we're setting back up on the Spartan side. Forced dump. Nice job. Federico handles it. Beal taps it, and nice volley, folks. And it's 17-12. Westerly catches the good end of the stick on that one and gets the serve. Side out and serving Meg Cavallo, senior for the Bulldogs. 17-12. Little run here could create some distance and get them close to 25. Nice serve. High bump, mid-distance, and they're going to have to dump it back over. And they do. Sliding job. Cavallo puts it back over. Handled by Beal. In the other net, Federico, nice spot. Oh, and they're going to get called. Oh, that's the Spartans are going to get called. And the Bulldogs get the point. And it is 18-12 Bulldog serve. We're getting closer, folks, to 25 win by 2. Spartans timeout. They want to stop momentum. At least this run is inching its way closer. Closer you get to 25, the more the nerves come in action. Game 1 is huge, folks. Game 1 is enormous. I'm going to tell you that about Game 2 as well in a little while. Each game bigger than the last, I suppose. Spartans back on the court. Communicate a little huddle. Bulldogs getting fired up. Break their huddle, and here we go. Bulldogs will be serving up 18-12. Cavallo, the senior. Good crowd here on hand, folks. Got a student section, a lot of family. There's the horn, and here's the serve. And a nice front spin. We have a whistle. Cross the back line prior to hitting, so that's going to be a fault and a side out serve for the Spartans. 18-13 score. Just a little mental mistake there. Front spinner, nice job to the back line. Wesley can't handle it. That's an ace. 18-14. Spartans aren't done here in Game 1 by any means. And the serve, front spin, back deep, and where's it fall? Inbounds, that's an ace, that's a beauty. Wesley let it go. Tough decision. That's a real hard decision by the Bulldogs to make, so really can't fault that. That was tight, as you see on the replay. Scituate looking for 3 in a row, 18-15. Serve, a nice one to the middle. Westerly handles it, Bruno. Set by Beal. Simmons puts it over soft. Set by the Spartans, good spot. And Beal's going to try to get it over and does a beautiful job of doing it right under the net. Soft spike, nice job by the Spartans. Going to go right back over, and they try to return it with a spike. Can't handle it, and the Bulldogs force a big side out and get a big point here. 19-15. We have a substitution, and Storr will come in and serve. Simmons will get a rest. We are in Game 1, 19-15, Bulldogs serve. Best of 5. Winner goes to the state championship. Set. Right at the net, a beauty. Spiked by the Spartans. Wesley can't handle it. Spartans came to play. They look sharp, folks. They sure don't look like they lost 6 out of 7 to the Bulldogs. That's why you throw away the regular season. 19-16, and on the spot for the Spartans is going to be number 16, Emma LaPlante, a senior. The Spartan team, now that I look at it, is young as well. Deep front spin, handled by Bruno. Set by Storr. Federico puts it over, spike deep. Handled well by the back line. They're going to have to dump it over. They do. Spike deep for the Bulldogs. And, oh, nice save by Federico. Her slide crossed the line, however. And that's going to go to the Spartans. 19-17. Spartans serve. We got an even match here, folks. And a frustrated Bulldog coach. And this miscommunication for the second time. And the serve for the Spartans not going to get there. 20-17. Serving for the Bulldogs is Sarah Riddler. Now they have 20. The coach is fired up. Sometimes frustration on calls can turn into a run itself. Let's see if the Bulldogs can create some of that magic here and put away Game 1. They need 5 in a row to do it. If they want to do it right now, that is. Nice serve to the back line. Brought back in well by the Spartans. Playing a good game. Handled on the back line by Arnold. And Beal brings it back in. Beautiful job. Dumped by the Spartans. Handled by Storr at the net. Beal's going to go over with it. Tries to spot it. Handled by the back line. Short set, and it goes over to Westerly touch. No, they did not. Point Westerly. And there's a timeout. And that is going to be, I believe, a Spartan timeout. 21. I told you folks, as closer you get to 25, the more the nerves come in, and Scituate trying to not allow any runs. We're going to go on a quick break here, folks. We are back, folks. Riddler on the spot for the serve. Bulldogs 21-17. Game 1. Run to 25, win by 2. The serve, knuckleball, back line. Set deep for the Spartans. And dug out. Set up to Bruno with the spike. And it is deep. It's going to be a side out 21-18. And serving for the Spartans, number 12, Grace Luca. She is a setter, and a nice soft serve. We're back in play, and a set by Federico. Beal on the spot. Spike doesn't get over, and Scituate right back within two, 21-19. You wanted action today, folks. They are awake. I said noon might affect something. I was wrong. 21-19, game one. Best of 5. The serve, high, knuckleball, handled by Bruno, close to the net, tough to handle. And Westerly can. That is a soft ace. 21-20. Timeout Westerly, trying to do the same, break this run. And we are Westerly.live, a product of Nomad Web Solutions from the mind of Shane Belanger. Cutting-edge website design and development. Live streams, weddings, memorial, fundraisers. Go to nomadweb.solutions. So both teams getting a little instruction here. The Bulldog coach is fired up in the huddle. And the Bulldogs will, I would imagine, come out of that huddle fired up. Scituate is extremely fired up. Game one, there's definitely a revenge factor in play here. They got themselves here nice and early, ready for the road game, ready for the early start. Like I said, we were here an hour early, and they were already going. So serving, 21-20. 25 win by 2 here. The serve, front spin. Bruno handles. Store to Federico, sets it to the back. Handled. We have a bump. And the attempt doesn't get over the net for the Spartans. Side out, point Westerly. Federico on the spot for the serve. 22-20 Bulldogs. If they can get 3, they can get game 1. That's been a hard task for either team. 3 in a row, that is. Nice serve, deep knuckleball. Set. Nice set for the Spartans. Soft spot, handled by Bruno. Store with the set. Reverse set to Beal. Spike goes deep. Side out. 22-21. 1 point game. We have a substitution on the court. Game 1, point by point, folks. 5 being the biggest deficit, 5 being the biggest run. 22-21. The serve, a missile. Handled beautifully by Federico. Set by Store to Beal. Beal spike attempt, out of bounds. 2 in a row. We are knotted. 22-22, folks. Number 4, Rhiannon Walsh, the junior, serving for the Spartans. Spartans getting instruction on the court. The serve. And this one's a little bit too low, and quick side out. Huge break for the Bulldogs. 23-22. 25 win by 2. The senior at the serve. No better woman on the spot. Meg Beal only needs 2 for the Bulldogs to escape this game 1 madness. The serve, a beauty. And they can't handle it. A senior ace. Number 30, Meg Cavallo, 24-22. Game point for the Bulldogs. Game 1, major excitement. It's been back and forth. Can they put an end to it? The serve too low. No, they can't. 24-23. Side out, Scituate serve. But they do get a second chance here. Progressive scoring, you score on either side. If they can return a point, they escape. Scituate is fired up here, folks. The serve by number 3. It's in play. Federico with a beautiful bump to Beal. Dumps it over, tries to surprise him, doesn't. The set, nice, a little deep. And it goes down for the Spartans. Tied up at 24. Now, each team needs at least 2. We're in win by 2 scenario. First team with 2 in a row. Extra points in game 1. My God, folks, the action started at noon. A nice serve, and it's not handled. Spartans are 1 point away here, folks. And the Bulldogs return the ball. Substitution. Store in. Simmons out. Bulldogs need a side out. Game point. Pressure is on the serve. It gets over. Handled by Store, out of bounds. Game 1 goes to the Spartans. And I got to tell you, folks, Side of the gym is excited. We got game 1 out of 3 is in the book. Spartans up 1-0. We are going to head to a quick break between games, and we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Here we go, folks. We're about to be at the start of Game 2. Game 1 went to the Spartans, 26-24. Game 1, extra points. The action was unlimited, as they might say, in Game 1. Back and forth, point by point. Biggest run, 5. And Spartans were just at it the entire game. Now the question comes in Game 2. Did they poke the bear and wake him up? We'll see how Westerly reacts. Or did Scituate just come ready to play? Game 2, a huge question here, folks. There's silence in the gym, and now it wakes up a little bit. There was a little bit of silence. And here we go, Game 2. You know Scituate's got momentum, and they're fired up. How does Westerly react to this adversity? Maybe they overlooked him a little bit. First serve goes deep. Westerly's up 1-0. Then he slide out quickly and take the serve. It looked to me like Westerly was ready pregame. However, you never know. I mean, they had won 6 out of 7. Maybe they were a little bit overconfident. If that was the case, I'm sure they've leveled out. But you wave that state championship ticket in front of anybody, and it could be huge. The set by the Spartans. Out of bounds return. So Bulldogs point, 2-0. I'm sure the Bulldogs I don't think they got a lashing. I'm sure they got kind of just like a wake-up discussion. Here's the deal, folks. You get to the show if you win. They need more of a workman-like effort. Serve, beauty, handled. Nice job by the Spartans. They're doing about everything right. Nice set by Beal, and Simmons puts it down. 3-0. Bulldogs look great after Game 1, so they need just a workman-like effort like they normally do in a game. They've had a fantastic season. Number 2 in the state. If they win, the seedings were correct. No upsets. Beautiful serve by Beal. Handled the deep row twice. They're going to have to dump. They do, and they're very good at that. They don't just dump. It's a good long out of bounds by the Bulldogs, and the Spartans are on the board. 3-1. So when the Spartans don't get a set by the net, and they say they have to dump, normally that's a bad set by the offense, but they do a real good job of getting it low into the backside. So number 15 serving for the Spartans, 3-1 game. Game 2. Set by Simmons, bumped by Simmons, correction. Set back to her, overhand, handled by the Spartans. This is a nice set by the net. And the dink surprises the Bulldogs. They keep it in the air. Arnold with a beauty to get it over. Spartans are back. blocked by the Bulldogs, in play. Beal can't, and they get it dumped over by Simmons. Set by the Spartans. We have a nice volley here, folks, and that's going to go down for the Spartans. 3-2 game. Spartans serving for the tie. And that is going to go out deep. They're 4-2. Bulldogs get the side out and the serve. In comes Bruno. Fazaro gets a little break, and it'll be Bruno serving. 4-2 Bulldogs, game 2. Doesn't like it. Gets another chance. And this one's sidewinder. That's our spin. It's nice. And the set by the Spartans. Beautiful spike attempt, but into the net it goes. And that's a Bulldog point, 5-2. I mean, this Bulldog team is capable of massive runs. We've seen runs upwards of 12 and 15, half game runs. But I don't think Scituate came ready to allow anything of the sort. Bruno with serve number 2. Nice sidewinder back line. They let it go. It's deep. 5-3. Scituate serve, side out. Madison Geyser is the serve, the senior for the Spartans, not allowing the Bulldogs to get to any kind of consistency. And nice serve handled by Federico. Miscommunication, but Beal keeps it alive. Simmons gets it back over. Set, Spartan spike, a beauty, inbounds, point, 5-4. At the moment, the Spartans are outplaying the Bulldogs as a whole here. And when you look at the Spartans, they came in having lost 6 or 7. They have nothing to lose. More pressure coming in clearly on the Bulldogs. This serve is going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a side out for the Bulldogs. The score 6-4, and the serve is going to be senior Meg Cavallo. The whistle and the serve. Handled in the back row and still deep. They're going to have to dump, like I said, but this is a soft dump handled by Bruno. Nice set. Over the net by Riddler. Handled straight up. Miscommunication, and the Spartans can't return it. 7-4. Bulldogs speak between pretty much each point. Cavallo looking for 2 in a row. And the serve high, long and deep, but it stays in bounds. They wisely chose to return. And back over, settled by Riddler, brought back deep by Beal. Good set by the Spartans. Handled by Cavallo. Bump and brought over by Simmons. Good volley, folks. Nice set by the Spartans. And it's blocked by the Bulldogs out of bounds. And that's going to be a Spartan point. Side out, 7-5. On the tip. Substitution. In comes Arnold. Out goes Cavallo. This production brought to you in part by Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners, authorized Verizon dealer. All the latest phones, including iPhone 13. And the serve by number 16. Front spinner and out of bounds. So the Bulldogs have done a good job of, I think there was one run of 2 points for the Spartans here. 3-point game, 8-5 Bulldogs. On the spot for the Dogs, Alex Storr. Game 2, if you're just joining us, game 1 went to the Spartans. Bulldogs trailing 0-1, and this is a fault into the net. Point goes to the Spartans, 8-6. Spartans serves, quick side out. Handled by Arnold. Storr tries to set at the net, and it's going to be 2-touch. And that's going to make it 8-7 Spartans. So it looks like we're in another back and forth match, folks. The serve drops short, handled by Arnold. Storr saves it. Federico puts it over. Bulldogs having a hard time setting themselves up. Riddler with the set. Puts it over the net, though. And that's going to go out of bounds. Bulldogs can't get organized on offense. 8-8 score. Scituate fired up, gaining confidence by the minute. Likewise, the pressure packed by the minute for the Bulldogs. The serve over the middle. Bumped by Beal. Store with the set to Federico. Spike handled by the back line. Might have brought it back in. Nevertheless, a nice job to get it over. And that one doesn't get over for the Bulldogs. 9-8. Lead goes to the Spartans. Momentum clearly with the Spartans. Excitement with the Spartans. Timeout goes to the Bulldogs for all of those reasons. Game 2. Game 1 to the Spartans. Bulldogs trail 0-1 in a best of 5. They trailed 9-8 in Game 2. You want to talk about pressure? It's a Bulldog team that won 6 out of 7 in the regular season, trailing 2 games to none for a trip to the state championship. They certainly don't want to be put in that position. So that's the importance here for the Bulldogs in Game 2. Scituate came in with nothing to lose, winners of Game 1. Now they have everything to gain. Westerly still getting instruction. Very animated Scituate coach right up on the sidelines in contact with his team. And again, if you're just joining us, folks, we have the girls varsity volleyball semifinals. Scituate Spartans versus Westerly Bulldogs. Spartans hold a 1-game-to-none lead in this best of 5 series. Winner to the state championship versus Central Falls. And we're ready. 9-8 Spartans and Spartan serve. Off the net, doesn't get over. Bulldogs not backing up just like that. Riddler serving for the Dogs. Knotted at 9, Game 2. Knuckleball deep serve, a nice serve, handled well by the Spartans. Their setting really has been the difference. They can set from anywhere, that goes out. Bulldogs point, 10-9. Bulldogs take the 1-point lead. Riddler looking for 2 in a row. And the serve, a missile sideline, hard to handle what they do. And two-hand looks like a slap to me, and they call it. That's 11-9 Bulldogs, and they get the serve. It's going to go back to Riddler, looking for 4 Bulldog points in a row, 3 of her own. And the serve, a nice one, knuckleball deep. Deep bump, and now they're going to have to dump it from deep, and they do. That's Arnold near the net, brought back by Store, and they can't put it back over. Bruno tried, 11-10. Side out, Spartan serve. Starting to think this isn't as much of an anomaly as you'd think in Game 1. Number 4, Rhiannon Walsh, junior hitter for the Spartans, on the spot for the serve. Serving down 1. Missile serve, handled by Arnold. Gets back over, and they try to spike it, and they do a beautiful job. Westerly, even better job of handling it. Spartans are going to return, and that is unhandleable. Riddler tries, out of bounds it goes. We're knotted. 11-11, Game 2, folks. The Bulldog side of the gym, quiet. Good turnout here for this semifinal game, especially considering noontime start. Missile serve into the net, little low, side out for the Bulldogs. Federico on the spot for the serve. Bulldogs serving with a 1-point lead. Nice overhead serve. Handled well by the Spartans. And they try to put it down out of bounds. Oh, inbounds is a call. Everything going in favor of the Spartans. Communication's an issue here. 12-12 Spartan serve. I just go by the man in the chair, folks. The replay shows everything. Handled by Federico close to the net, and the Spartans put it down. I think they went over a little aggressively, and they did. So that's going to give the Bulldogs a needed side out. 13-12, and the senior Beal will be serving. There, whistle goes, and the senior serve. A beauty. Backline handles it well. Another nice set. And that's going to go long, Bulldog point. 14-12 Bulldogs. Beal with the serve, that drops hard. Handled, nice set. 2 hands on it though, it looked odd. Bulldog point, 15-12. Can they get into a rhythm? Timeout Spartans. They want to prevent that very rhythm. We're going to take a quick break, folks. Welcome back, and the Bulldogs break the huddle here in Game 2. 15-12 lead. The senior Meg Beal serving for the Bulldogs. A much-needed run just for self-confidence here. Get into a rhythm. Deep serve, and they let it go wisely. Out of bounds it goes. Bulldogs put it out of the timeout. Spartans playing near flawless volleyball, which is needed to beat this Bulldogs team, and they're doing it. 13 serving 15, number 15 with the serve. Thought she served last time around, but that's not my job to worry about. And the serve, set by Beal. And back to Simmons, finds a spot in the middle. Bulldog point, 16-13 side out. This time it's going to be Summer Bruno serving for the Bulldogs. And the serve, handled well by the Spartans. This time the set is way back, and it's handled beautifully. Simmons' bump goes out of bounds, brought back in by Riddler. Going to have to dump it over. Two players do. Fortunately, only one hit the ball. Number 10, beautiful spike attempt from Scituate, and that's going to be unreturnable for the Bulldogs. They're finding the floor, not allowing the Bulldogs to get away. 16-14, side out. Number 10 serving for the Spartans, Madison Geyser, senior hitter. Deep serve handled by Federico, close to the net, and the Spartans tip it back over. The Bulldogs with the set. Simmons, dink in the right spot. 17-14 Bulldog serve. Quick side out. Substitution. In comes Cavallo for the serve. We're inching our way to that magic number. And the serve, knuckleball back line. Handled up near the net by the Spartans, able to set back and dump to the back line. Might be deep, it is. 18-14 Bulldogs. Cavallo looking for another. And the serve, over the net it goes. Handled. Set, a little low, but a nice one. Missile, out of bounds. Nice spike attempt by the Spartans, just out, as you'll see on the replay. Bulldogs on the mini run right now, and we'll see if it can develop here. 19-14. Dogs serving. Meg Cavallo, the senior, serving this run thus far. And a nice serve, knuckleball. She serves several different styles. And this is going to be deep and dumped to the back line, taken care of by Cavallo. Beal near the net, and the Bulldogs can't get it over. Another little mental mistake. It's the little things, and they're frustrated. Score 19-15 Bulldogs. Multiple substitutions. Good run nevertheless. Arnold in for the back middle for the Bulldogs. Number 7 serving Victoria Geyser. She's a freshman setter for the Bulldogs, for the Spartans. And setting has been a huge part of how they're hanging around today. Nice serve to the back line. Arnold sets it up. Bruno brings it, going to be brought over deep by Simmons and does a great job. Spartans trying to get it just up and over, and they do. Riddler handles it. Set by Beal back to Simmons, who finds the spot again. She has found that spot about 4 times, folks. Side out, 20-15 Bulldogs. In comes Storr to serve. The Bulldogs 5 points away, holding a 5-point lead, trailing 1 game to none. Timeout on the floor, Scituate. Telling you folks, I got butterflies in my stomach now. And the team's in a huddle. Finally, Scituate on some semblance of being on your heels, I guess you could call it, because they have come at this game full speed ahead and are by no means out of game 2 here. Bulldogs with a serious gathering. And as you hear, Scituate and the Bulldogs break the huddle. More excitement on the Scituate side. You hear the horn, and we're ready to go. Storr, the sophomore to serve for the Bulldog, multi-sport athlete. And the serve, a good one. Brought back up and set by the Spartans. Into the net it goes. Point for the Bulldogs. They're getting close now, 21-15. 6-point lead, they need 4. And this one to the back line, handled. Nice serve, nevertheless. Beautiful set. And this one's deep, and Arnold lets it go, and it's out of bounds. Wise decision by Arnold. 22-15, Bulldogs need 3. See, this is a talented, fundamental, smart Bulldog team. They just got to settle in. And serve, a beauty to the back line. Deep set this time. You have to dump, and they do. A long, difficult dump to handle. And they've lived on that. They've done a beautiful job with that. Their setting has been excellent, and those times that it's not and they're forced to just dump it over, they give it a good spot and a good line drive. They don't just let it go up. So the score, 22-16, and Scituate with the serve. We got to remember a point on every serve. This is over and short, handled by Arnold. Nice set by Storr. Federico on the spot, over it goes. Beautiful set by the Spartans. And the spike attempt brought back up by the Bulldogs. 4 hits, though. And a mental mistake. They could have returned that. 22-17. And number 12 for the Spartans, Grace Luca. Junior setter. Wants to get in the action for a little more here. And the serve. Handled by Beal. Nice bump. Nice set by Storr to Federico. Spike. And that's going to get over for a point. Side out for the Bulldogs. 23. They need 2. They only need 2. Only is a big word in the playoffs. Sarah Riddler serving, number 3. Senior on the spot. And the serve, knuckleball, low, nice serve, handled by the Spartans. Low set, spike, brought back up by Riddler, nice job. And that's going to be Bruno who puts it down, and brought back up by the Spartans. Nice set. And the spike attempt doesn't go over, into the net it goes. Bulldogs point, game 2. Looking to knock this match up at 1, turn it into a best-of-3 series. Riddler looking for game 1 here. The serve, in play knuckleball, brought up with a bump. Deep set, knowing this is a legit just dump, handled by Beal. Storr back to Beal. Beal, spike, ends it, inbounds, game 2. So the Bulldogs have arrived, and they are very excited. We are knotted up at 1 game apiece here, folks. This best-of-5 match just turned into a best-of-3. Pressure mounts. They can start smelling the ticket to the state finals. We are even at 1. We're going to head to break, folks. We are back, folks. Semifinals, Division III on the line. A spot in the state championship versus Central Falls. Game 1, Scituate. Game 2, Westerly. We are now down to a best of 3. First team to win 2 is on their way to Rhode Island College. Nerves mount here, folks, in the playoffs. Scituate has been playing excellently. They did in Game 2 as well. They came in ready. Has the Bulldog Bear awakened? Bulldogs got very excited after Game 2, but have taken the court, re-huddled in the middle of the court, a very serious huddle. Set to serve for the Bulldogs here in Game 2. Number 30, the senior, Meg Beal, the on-court senior captain, I would have to say. And the serve, a beauty to start. Again, handled by Scituate. Nice set, number 10, out of bounds off her heels. Brought back up by Federico. And this is going to be brought over. And down it goes. Cesaro finds the spot on the defense. And the Bulldogs quick point, 1-0. If you're just joining us, folks, I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens right in front. We are Westerly.live. The serve by Beal. Beauty, but handled well. Number 10, Spike, a beautiful spike. Tipped, and that's going to be 1-1 tie, side out Scituate. Westerly.live, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Westerly.live on your web browser, folks. And the serve for Scituate. A nice one handled. Beal with the set. Simmons, deep spot, nice spot found, but the Spartans are able to recover very well today. And Beal, another little mental mistake. 2-1 Bulldogs. Bulldogs are in the spot they're in solely because of their overall talent, because they're not playing their game. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't even call Game 2 their full game, but they did win by about 8. Trailing 2-1. Simmons handles it. Beal with the set. And brought over by Pelican. Bumped. Nice bump. Brought over by the Spartans. Pelican sets to Simmons, nice spot. She finds that spot very effectively. She did it in Game 1. It seems like every time she goes there, it's a point. She had about 4 of them in Game 2, correction, and there's one there for the Bulldogs. Back to a tie 2-2, side out. Bulldogs, Summer Bruno serving. And the serve, a tough one to handle, brought back in by the Spartans. Miscommunication, and this is a legitimate dump over. Simmons handles it. Beal with the set into the rafters and allowed to play there. Pelican does a nice job to put it over. Deep set spike for the Spartans. Beautiful job by the Bulldogs to get it back over. And a deep dump, and she brought it back in. So the Bulldogs have to survive, and a nice spot for the Bulldogs, but they handle it for the Spartans. Beautiful fist. And Pelican tries to put it down and can't. Goes to the Spartans, who are brought right back to excitement. 3-2 Spartan serve. So the Spartans come out and kill any momentum that might have been lingering from Game 2, seemingly having no effect. And Bruno tries to bring it in. Nice job by Simmons to bring it back on the floor. Federico, nice save. Bulldogs on their heels, seems like all night. And a nice spot. Point Spartans, 4-2 lead. Spartan serve, number 15, Carissa Katoya. Just overall, the Spartans playing a great game. Match. And a nice short serve. Sliding in is Riddler with the save. Turns into a nice set by the Spartans and blocked by the Bulldogs, but they put it right back up. And they try to surprise the Bulldogs with a dink, and it goes out of bounds. Much needed side out, 4-3, Bulldogs serve. In comes Meg Cavallo, the senior. Long, deep knuckleball, hard to handle. They're going to have to dump it from deep, and they do. Bulldogs should have no problem. Bruno with the bump, set to Riddler, spike. Trying to get a block, can't do it. Point Bulldogs. 4-4 with the serve. Cavallo serve. A nice short knuckleball. Handled by Scituate. A deep jump spike attempt, and deep it is. 5-4 Bulldogs with the serve. The senior looking for more. And a nice slow knuckleball, and that's an ace for the Bulldogs, 6-4. I've seen massive runs by this Bulldog team. I don't see too much of that. This Scituate team, I don't see getting too far down on themselves. They are not only excited, but they are playing very, very well. And the serve, nice serve, sliding save, and turns into a beautiful set. And up it goes to the Bulldogs, who bring it back. Simmons tries to find that spot. Almost does. Deep set, two hands, point Bulldogs, 7-4. Cavallo wants another, looking for 4. Timeout Scituate. They don't even want the slightest of runs by the Bulldogs because they are aware of how they can play, having seen them in 7 games during the regular season. Animated is the Spartan coach. When you win game 1, you have a huge advantage, and the Bulldogs have seemingly put out that flame. However, the Spartans' ability to just straight up bump and provide a good set, and if for some reason they don't, their dumps aren't just your average everyday get it over. I mean, they get it over with speed, with spin. So they're playing at, I believe, I'd imagine, their full potential to keep this Bulldog team at bay. Bulldogs break their huddle. Cavallo, the senior server. They brought in a couple times in important scenarios for simply 2 serve. The whistle. Trying to get this Bulldog student section involved. A nice knuckleball. Nice set by the Spartan. Spike brought up by Bruno very well. Federico tries to surprise him. And a low set. Trying to get the block and can't do it. Spike by the Spartans turns into a point and a side out of the timeout. 7-5. Out goes Cavallo. In comes Arnold. Number 10 for the Spartans, Madison Geyser, sophomore. Nice serve, can't handle it. 7-6. And the Bulldogs coming off a bye, maybe they just weren't used to that extra time. And a beautiful serve brought right back over, the only way they could handle it. And the set spike, inbound point, Spartans, 7-7. And I'll tell you what, their offense is tough to stop right now for anybody. And the walking serve, nice spin. Brought up by Bruno, but should have left it for Arnold in the back row. Out of bounds it went. That's an ace for the Spartans. 8-7 with the serve. And this gymnasium is quiet, and the Bulldogs call timeout. Telling you folks, this is no longer game 1 and a long shot at the state title. This is game 3, and they got a good shot at the state title. I'm trying to get you inside the Spartans' heads as though I am. I've been on underdogs and favorites. And I'll tell you what, maybe a bye does hurt a favorite every now and then. They're not accustomed to having an entire week off of play. Volleyball's bang several games, and the advantage for the Spartans is they've had to play right along through, so they didn't have a chance to get cold. However, that being said, around game 3, anybody should wake up and realize what's on the line. I mean, the Bulldogs are, both teams, in very serious huddles. Coaches going over everything. And Scituate will come out excited. I can guarantee you that. They have the 1-point advantage. For anyone just tuning in, this is game 3 of a best of 5 for a trip to the state championship. Scituate 1, Westerly 1. Scituate holding a 1-point lead, 8-7, coming out of the break. Scituate holds the serve. Number 10, Geyser, the senior. And it's a nice serve to start. Ace to start, folks. 9-7. Quick substitution by the Bulldogs. Ava Tenuta making an appearance. And Arnold takes a break. I'll tell you what, this is a frustrated Bulldog team. Clearly, who wouldn't be? And the serve by Scituate. Beauty of a serve. Bulldogs forced to put it back over and dump it over again. Can't get into an offense. Scituate, however, has no problem. Nice spot. Beautiful job by the Bulldogs. Blocked by Scituate. Doing everything right, the Spartans. 10-7 Scituate. No longer the underdog, folks. This is a quality Spartan team right in front of us here at Federico Gymnasium. And the serve of Beauty brought up by Tenuta. Beal with a soft set, out of bounds it goes. 10-7 Spartans. This would be, at the beginning, going in a huge upset, but I'll tell you now, folks, this Scituate team has played 2 great games, and they're on the move in Game 3. Nice serve handled by the Bulldogs, forced for a soft spike attempt, blocked by the Spartans. And a quick timeout by the Bulldogs. Not only is excitement building, folks, confidence for these Spartans is building. They are a buzzsaw here today, folks. They came in with no fear. There is no doubt about that, and have taken over momentum. And I'll tell you what, on the court, including Game 2, they have outplayed this Bulldog team. I mean, they're setting up their offense nearly every time, and if they don't, they're finding speed and spots on their dumps. We're back. The horn. The serve by Geyser, the senior hitter. On a bit of a run here herself. Spartans up by 5. The serve of Beauty. Handled and not handled. Out of bounds. That is an ace, folks. 13-7. Race to 25. Win by 2. Game 3, folks. The serve, another Beauty, handled by Bruno. Set, Beal, not very close to the net. Federico, though, beautiful spot. Point and much needed side out for the Bulldogs, 13-8. Federico, normally you hear her name more often than today. The ball just hasn't seemed to go her way. She hasn't. And the set, spike attempt, beautiful job by the Spartans, and it is out of bounds. Bulldog point. Store serving for the Bulldogs, trailing by 4. And a nice serve set for the Spartans. Soft spike over, brought back up by Tenuta. Over to Riddler, looking for the spot again. Scituate handles it. Nice set. Store up with it. The set down to Federico, who hit the back line, brought up by the Spartans. And we have a 2-touch, and that's going to go for the Bulldogs. Good volley, 13-10. Store looking for more. And the serve handled by the back line very well. And it's a nice set. And that spike is handled by Tenuta, allowing her team to bring it back. That's a nice job. And a huge spike attempt by the Spartans. What offense to keep this going right now, folks. Holy cow. And this is going to go the Spartans' way. Oh, my Lord, do they come to play, folks. They are bringing everything up. Their confidence is at maximum level. 14-10 Spartans with the serve, number 7, Victoria Geyser, freshman setter. That last name seems familiar. Must be the sister of the senior, number 10, who's having a great match so far. And the serve just low. It was a missile, fortunately for the Bulldogs. They didn't have to earn that one. Side out, and Riddler on the spot trying to get the Bulldogs back up in this thing. Game 3 here. What was a best of 5 is now a best of 3. The senior serve. A nice serve handled by the Spartans. Bruno's bump to the deep line. Tenuta brought over by the Bulldogs, out of bounds. Point to the Spartans. A quick side out. The whistle, and the Spartans looking for more here. Bruno handles it. Set by Storr. Federico looks for a spot in the back line. It's brought back up, handled. And they dump it over. Storr. Beal tries to put it down inbound. She does. Point to the Bulldogs. Riddler looking for more. 15-12, game 3. Correction, that's Federico. Set to serve. In comes Peliquin. Tenuta for a break. And Federico serve. Nice serve. Nice job of the Bulldogs if it didn't go over, but I think they are going to call that they did. They're overruled. We're live play here. These officials are trying to make a call, and the head official will not wave it off. This is ridiculous. And he's going to go with the FAR judge. It's going to go against Westerly. That's absurd that play went on that long with that being the call. Side out for the Spartans, 16-12 to score. Nothing going well for the Bulldogs at the moment, folks. The perfect storm may be happening. Number 4, Rhiannon Walsh, the junior, a hitter, with a nice serve to the back line, handled by Federico, bumped up, and Peliquin to the back line, handled again. Beautiful set. Spike buck out of bounds, and Scituate is back at work, 17-12. Their offense is a functioning machine at the moment. The entire team up on the sidelines. And the serve for the Bulldogs, fortunately, hits the net, and they get a side out and a point, 17-13. So Beal, the Bulldogs senior, really needs to get these Bulldogs in order here. And Spartans with another good offensive side. Good set for the Bulldogs, brought back over. And the Spartans, who keep everything alive, are doing it again with a wonderful return. And trying to get it down the Bulldogs. That's up the other net. Spartans keep it over, and it goes over. Hits the net twice, though. Bulldogs with the break. Good volley. 17-14. You have to do a lot to keep these Spartans at bay, folks. You really got to earn every inch of play. The senior looking for 2 in a row. Nice serve. And that is up, dumped back over to the Bulldogs. Handled by Bruno Peliquin. Spike attempt inbounds. Finds the spot. 17-15. More so than excitement, what you'll see out of this Bulldog team at this point is seriousness. They want to get back at work and get back to doing what they normally do. And it's not a huge wind of emotion that they ride on. Unhandleable serve there, folks. That was a fastball sinker at the end by Beal. 7-16. I was hoping the senior, well, they were hoping, I should say, the senior will take control here and get the Bulldogs straightened out a bit, and so far she's done that. Down by 1, 17-16. And the serve, another beauty, and that's going to be an ace. 17-17. Every point, the Bulldogs grow more confident. Back to their normal power here. We are Westerly.live, bringing you this action from Federico Gymnasium, folks. Serve again, this one handled. Good set by the Spartans. Spike attempt goes up. Nice brought back by the Bulldogs. Again, they spike the return. Dump, one-handed up for the Spartans. Soft and out for the Bulldogs, who take the lead and come back from 17-14, score 4. Beal looking for more, 18-17. We're in the final third of game 3 here. Race to 25. That serve, a beauty. They do handle it, a high bump. A little out of their rhythm are the Spartans already. Federico with a bump, set to Simmons. And they put it down, that's Simmons, and they keep it up, can't handle it. 19-17. And the Bulldog student section wakes up here. Understandable, they're students, noon's early. So they're here, and now they're awake. And we have a timeout Scituate. Much needed because we are inching to 25, and we're going to hit a quick break here, folks. Welcome back, folks. We have an excited Scituate team here. We have a very serious Bulldog team. We have the setting, I'll give it to you right now, the scene, Federico Gymnasium. We have the visiting Scituate. We have Beal hitting the court now. We have the Scituate Spartans, the underdog, who came out and won game 1. Bulldogs won game 2. Spartans have evened up here in game 3. Beal on a 6-point run, 5 that is, looking for 6. And a nice job of the Spartans by returning it. And that's going to be a double hit by Beal. And right out of the timeout, they get the point, side out. Timeout works out well for the Spartans. We're playing at 25 here, folks. Win by 2. We're getting ever closer. Number 3 for the serve. Handled by Riddler. Beal and Peliquin's going to dink it over, and his beauty it is. Quick side out, 2018. Summer Bruno set to serve. On the line, folks, a spot in the state championship game. Handled by the Spartans. It's up. They're going to have to dump it over. A little miscommunication. They are out of rhythm, no doubt. They block Beal's dink attempt, however, and get the point. As soon as I say they're out of rhythm, they prove me wrong. Side out, point Spartans, 20-19. A race to 25. Spartans trail by 1 with the serve. Number 15, Carissa Katoya, Jr. And the serve, a knuckleball handled by Riddler over the net, however. Nice job by Federico. And I'm not sure where it's going to go, and it's going to go out of bounds off of the pole. And that ties things up at 20. A race to 5, win by 2. Spartans serve, and they say in football, any given Sunday, folks. I guess in volleyball, it'd be any given day. So we're going to go with that today, folks. Spartans serve. In the middle of everything. Take the lead. Race to 25. Spartans need 4 more. And let me tell you, they are earning this, folks. This is no anomaly. They're playing good volleyball. The serve. Handled, set, and Peliquin. Soft spike. Spartans bump it over. Effectively to the back line by Bruno. Beal backwards to Simmons. Handled, set, over set. Simmons tries to put it down, but it's brought back up by the Spartans. And a nice block attempt by the Spartans. The Bulldogs can't handle. 22-20. And don't tell me the Bulldogs aren't getting nervous here, folks. I don't care who you are. I'll tell you what, the nerves are settling by the point for the Spartans. You don't get action at noontime better than this anywhere, folks. Knuckleball, far side, handled by Bruno into the net, though. Beal brings it back up, and Simmons able to return. Tough spot for the Spartans, no problem. Back line, handled by Federico into the net, though. Spartan point. 2 away, correction. Crowd is alive for the Spartans, and to say the least, it is not for the Bulldogs. They need 2. Lob serve, handled by Bruno. Beal, back to Riddler. Back line, deep set for the Spartans, brought over. Federico, low bump set to Peliquin, tries to bring it down, brought up. Beautiful set by the Spartans. Spike attempt, and they can't handle it. 1 point, game point for the Spartans. On the replay, you can see frustration for the Bulldogs, nerves. 1 point away from a 2-1 advantage. The serve should no problem handle, goes right back over, and that goes out of bounds. Bulldogs get the side out, get the point. Bulldogs need 3 in a row to get out of the game point situation from the Spartans. They need 5 straight, and they can put away game 3. The serve by Cavallo, handled, set, back. Spike attempt, handled by the Bulldogs. Nice job, kept up. Simmons brings it back over. Set at the net, spike attempt, brought up by Cavallo. Riddler can't get it over, can't handle it. Game number 3 goes to the visiting Underdog Scituate Spartans, 2-1 advantage in this best of 5 match on the line. 1 game away. A mere 25 points for the Spartans from that oh so valued ticket to the state title versus Central Falls. In the meantime, we're going to hit a quick break, folks, and then when we get back, the Lightning will strike beyond excitement. We'll be back. Here we are, folks. It gets no more exciting than this. We are 20 seconds approximately away from Game 4 on the line, the state title. It doesn't get bigger. Any given day, any given teams, and the Scituate Spartans are proving that today at the moment. There is no more nerve-wracking feeling than your season being on the line, and that's the case for the favorite Westerly Bulldogs. They were the favorite coming in and coming off of a number 2 seed and a bye. I do believe that bye week worked negatively against this Bulldog team, as I have seen them play better volleyball earlier in the season. Even their win sort of came on their heels. They're much more businesslike. You're going to see less excitement because they know how talented they are. Momentum, however, is clearly on the side of the Spartans, and now they believe. So it's not just momentum. Now they believe they can win this thing, and that's the scary thing because they've been playing great volleyball. So the stage is set. Westerly needs this win or their season is over. On the line is a trip to the state championship. Westerly needs to win 2 games in a row to get that trip. Opening serve for the Spartans. Handled, but not well. No, not handled at all by the Bulldogs. 1-0 Spartans. And let me tell you, with a trip on the state line, on the state championship on the line, every point the Spartans score, they're going to get more confidence and they're going to get more momentum. And the serve, a beauty. Nice job handling it by the Bulldogs, but they do not handle it again. They 2-hit. Point goes to the Spartans, 2-0. Spartan serve. And an early Bulldog timeout. Coach doesn't want any part of this. The season, folks, is on the line. If they can't come up with a couple game wins here, then the 2 seed sort of with the bye went out the window. And that's a long season and a lot of work to earn that very bye. But sometimes fresh legs, and as I said earlier, it's difficult to beat anybody 3 times in one season, let alone 3 times in 3 weeks? So this is where we're at. Coach for the Bulldogs, I think, letting them know exactly what is on the line. And this is just a very excited Spartan team. I'll tell you, I didn't expect it coming in, but I've seen upsets bigger and better in all sorts of sports. So, and I've seen comebacks. So, it doesn't put the Bulldogs out by any means. Serve by number 3 for the Spartans. And that's going to go the Bulldogs' way. Side out 2-1. Beal set to serve to open the Bulldogs side of things. And the serve, a beauty by Beal, somehow brought up by the Spartans, and they're not going to be able to return. Ooh, not going to be able to turn that. And a nice start by Beal for the Bulldogs. They're not in it 2. And Beal's serve. Oh, nice one. That's an ace. 3-2. That's 2 in a row for Beal. Three-two Bulldogs, the senior at the helm. The serve, and it's another beauty. Handled, brought up well by Scituate. And spike attempt goes deep. Bulldog point, 4-2. This is a very serious Bulldog team on the court. You can see it. And that serve into the net, just low, side out 4-3. Bulldogs unable to get that. I mean, I've seen them go on opponent crippling runs, 15-pointers, and they're not getting it today. 5 is the most. Number 15, Carissa Katoya, the serve. Federico handles. Beal sets, and the giant spike blocked by the Spartans, who are unable to handle it. Bulldog point, side out, 5-3. I hear a whistle, and there is no timeout. We're going live, and it's going to be number 13 for the Bulldogs. Summer Bruno serving. The serve, a low twister, and it's a beauty. It's handled well, though. Nice set. Deep. Number 15 puts it over, and the Bulldogs can't handle it. That's that controlled dump that they do such a great job with. Side out, 5-4 Bulldogs lead. Spartan serve. Number 10, Madison Geyser, the senior hitter. And the serve, a beauty, brought back up nicely by Riddler, back to her. And the spike attempt to the back line, brought up by the Spartans. And that goes over by number 10. Beal with the set. Peliquin, the overhand, handled. Nice volley. A nice set towards the net. And they find the spot. Federico picks it up. Beal to Riddler. And we have another set. Off the hand of the Bulldogs and out of bounds. And the Spartans win the volley. They are persistent. We are tied at 5. Number 10 at the helm. And the serve, a missile. Handled somehow by the Bulldogs. And no, they don't get it back over. Bruno tried. That was a difficult serve. That's an ace. 6-5 to score. Substitution, in comes Tenuta. Pelican gets a break. Spartans with a 1-point lead and the serve. Deep line, handled by Riddler. Federico, nice bump up towards the net, and Beal puts it over. Deep set to none other than number 10, the hitter. Brought back over and down by the Spartans, 7-5. And they're getting confidence. Both coaches right up on the court this one. They came with a plan. Coaches making sure they stick to it. So far, so good. Geyser's serve, a nice overhand. Federico handles. Beal with a nice set. Tenuta puts it over. Number 15 brings it over. Number 3 with a dump. That's Tenuta close to the net. Too close back to the Bulldog side. And a nice diving bump to a spike attempt and brought back up by Bruno. Beal a little deep, and the Bulldogs able to recover. Great volley, set too close to the net. Blocked by the Bulldogs. Point Bulldogs. Now, they needed that confidence only. Confidence at least. 7-6 Bulldogs serve. Tenuta comes up with the serve. And it's a soft front line. And brought back over. Bulldogs having a tough time, but Federico returns. Number 16 with the dink, brought up by Simmons. Federico slides, and they tried to bring it back over. It came up short. Scituate responds. Spike attempt deep. Bulldogs hang on to 2 volleys now. Confidence building, 7-7. Smart decisions by the Bulldogs. Number 22, Tenuta, looking for 2 in a row. Serve to the back line, number 3. Bump deeper than normal. Tenuta to Beal. Federico handles it and brings it over. Nice set for the Spartans. Goes off of the Bulldogs on the net. I'm looking and it's a Spartan point. Went off the Bulldogs. As you can see on replay, Spartans with the 1-point lead. And the Spartans serve to the back line. Tenuta brings it up front. Beal tries to bring it back off the net, can't do it. That's an ace, 9-7. So about just under 1/3 through game 4 here. Spartans with a 2-point advantage. And the serve, a hard hitter deep, and they let it go, and it goes. Side out, good decisions for the Bulldogs. There's been a few of them recently here. So that makes it 9-8. Spartans, Bulldogs serve, and it's going to be Alex Storr serving for the Bulldogs, the sophomore. And the serve a knuckleball, and that's a fault into the net. Right back to the Spartans it goes. 10-8. Grace Luca, the junior, set to serve for the Spartans. And Tenuta, but a good job by the Spartans, putting it back down. Bulldogs reeling and bring it over by Simmons. Nice bump by the Spartans. Set to the near side here. Spike to the back line. Storr handles it. Beal, and it's going to be bumped back over by Federico. Up close to the net for the Spartans. Nice bump set, though. Soft spike attempt, sliding, brought in by, and it falls in beautifully. Nice play by Bruno to get it to the front line, and the Bulldogs find a spot. 11-8 to score. They could really use the student section alive a little bit on this monumental game here. Game of monumental importance, I should say. The serve for the Spartans, handled by Beal. Federico, and now Storr, the overhand. 17 with the set. Over the net it goes. And we have a volley. Tenuta to Storr on the near side. Riddler puts it down hard, and it's a point for the Spartans. They're looking at the replay here. Oh, and it hit the side pole on its way through. So 12-8 with the serve. Timeout on the floor. Spartans, correction, are 13 points away from a trip to Rhode Island College. There is no better motivation than that, folks. You don't need any outside influence to get these young athletes excited for a trip to the show. Every point Scituate scores, I'll talk about nerves creeping in for the Bulldogs. It's been a long, hard, but very successful season for this Bulldog team. And to have it come to an end at their home court in the middle of a beautiful Thursday afternoon with a trip to the title on the line is not how they wrote things out. So, no doubt they have the ability to come back from this. Absolutely no doubt at all. They just need to get started pretty soon. They are back on the court. 12-8 Scituate. Scituate on the serve. Game 4, folks. We are Westerly.live. Game 4. 2 games to 1 lead. Scituate Spartans over your own Westerly Bulldogs. The serve is off to the middle. Bulldogs bump, set, and Federico tries to find a spot deep and is able to. Veteran move by Federico. 12-9. Quick side out. Riddler set to serve, the senior for the Bulldogs. Serve, a nice one, handled by the back line. And brought back over, a little out of sync of the Spartans. Nice job by Storr. and that is Bruno. And the return, nice set by the Spartans, number 11. Spike, tough return, but they do keep it in the air, hits the basketball hoop. Side out, 13-9 score for the Spartans. You can hear every point, the excitement a little louder to my left, and to my right, I'm looking, and the excitement really hasn't been there much today. I don't think they were expected to come out and have this happen, to say the least here. Number 4, Rhiannon Walsh, junior hitter for the Spartans. And that's not going to make it. Bulldogs side out. Spartans a little bit more tight than they have. They realize what's on the spot here. Loose free volleyball has gotten them to where they are at the moment. And now Federico set to serve. And a nice serve it is, but it is handled. Set to the far side, number 10, Spike. Save, beautiful job by the Bulldogs, 10 again on the spike. And they can't handle it. Talk about persistence. This Spartan team is just coming at the Bulldogs. I don't know the reason or what it may be as far as the Bulldogs haven't found Federico, haven't gotten her under the sets as often as they need to. She does an excellent job with the ball, and we haven't set her name very much. And the bump over the net it goes, and Spartans able to put it back down, and they take another 15-10 the score. 5-point advantage. We're racing to 25, win by 2. Spartans need 10 more to go. Bulldogs. Serve, a beauty. Brought back up by Riddler to the middle. And Bruno can't handle it, but it's brought back over the ice. They are at the net, the Spartans. I can't even get the calls out. It goes so fast, and it's out of bounds. Another point, 16-10. The Spartans' play at the net right now, blocking is unbelievable. Their play all over is unbelievable. I got to tell you, they're not squeaking by a bad team by any means. They play like this against anybody, they're going to be in it. Back line, Federico, the bump. Bruno to Store. The Bulldogs again just settle. Bump, set, beautiful. Spike attempt by the hitter. Bulldogs try to recover and do. Deep bump. Number 3 gets it over to the back line. Federico on it. Nice bump to the net. Set by Store and brought over by Kiwalo. Bump goes towards the net. 2 hands. Bulldogs point. Much needed side out. 16-11. So talk about excitement, folks. 16-11. 2-1 lead by the Spartans. Best of 3 for a trip to the show. The serve, a missile. Very difficult to handle. They bump twice. They just need to dump, and they do. And they need to side out with Beal, and they get one. One of the Bulldogs' best servers. Side out in 1. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Scituate. 17-11. Frustration building. Excitement on one side building. The serve, knuckleball off the net. Over Beal. Bump up, got to settle. And they do. It gets down, and it's the Bulldogs' point. 17-12. And they'll take the serve back. One by one, they're inching closer, these Spartans. Summer Bruno to serve. And that serve with beauty. Back line, bump. Good bump by the Spartans. Set. Low set, but a nice one. Spike, and it is inbounds. As you can see on the replay, the Bulldogs let it go. A point for the Spartans. Inbounds it is. 18-12. They need 7, folks. And a beauty by number 10, brought all the way back over. And into their offense, the Spartans go. Sliding by Simmons, nice job. She settles with the dink. And over the net, the dink for the Spartans, 19. They are 6 away. And I'm only counting down, folks, because the importance in a student's eye, and I know from experience how important a state championship, how much of a dream that is for a young adult. And they're sitting here 6 points away. A beautiful serve handled by Riddler. Beal with the bump to the net. Simmons, soft spike, they handle it. Number 12 with a nice set and a soft dink. Bulldogs can't bring it up. 20-12. And now nerves are turning into frustration for these Bulldogs. 20-12. 2-1 game advantage for these Spartans who came here to Federico Gymnasium as a buzzsaw. And they handle a good serve off the bump, and they're not able to return it. That turns to an ace. Now energy is all on the left. 4 points away from the state championship are these Scituate Spartans. These Bulldogs can come back. I have seen them do it. But it's going to take a flurry. Number 10, the hitter with the serve, a beauty, handled by Federico. Close to the net, though, and they can play it off the net. They do. Spartans set their offense. Nice set for this. Nice block by the Bulldogs, but it's back up. And set again. And the Spartans get it over somehow. Back to the Bulldogs. Nice spot handled by the back line, though. Set deep to number 3, who's going to bump it over. Back line, Federico brings it up to Beal. Simmons on the far end. Gets it over and down. Much needed. 21-13 side out. Bulldogs are really having to earn every point. Let's see what they can do here at the helm. Ava Tenuta for the Bulldogs. Tenuta, a junior. Talk about pressure on the line. The serve. Handled. Bump set. Number 3 will dump it over. And the Bulldogs try to keep it in. It can't. Into the stands it goes. 22-13. 3 points away from the massive upset here. I do believe, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is that the bye week went adversely against this Bulldog squad. And the serve. Tenuta to Beal. Simmons. Spike attempt brought up by the Spartans. Number 16, overhand. Gonna be out of bounds. It is just out of bounds. A good decision by the Bulldogs to let it go. Side out, 22-14. Gonna be a substitution, and in comes Storr to serve. Simmons gets a break. Bulldogs could really use a chunk here. And the serve, a beauty. Good bump and a nice set. Number 11 blocked, and that's a point for the Bulldogs. 22-15. And we're getting ready here, folks. Bulldogs on a semi. Let's see if they can get a chunk. They need one. The serve. Handled. Set a little deep. They're going to put it overhand by number 10, the hitter. Handled. A little miscommunication and brought over. No. And that's going to be a side out. 23-15, folks. Scarlet Knights. Spartan serve. Substitution on the Spartan side. Needless to say, if they get this point, I will predict a timeout. And the serve. Beal with the bump. Storr back to Beal. They go to the senior. And over it goes. Inbounds it is to the Bulldogs, 16. And that's why they went to her. She found the spot, and a beauty it was. Side out. Riddler with the serve. Bulldogs can go on a 9-0 run here and just end it. They are capable. And the serve is a beauty. Handled. And a nice two-hit set. That two-hit set. That's going to go back to the Bulldogs. 23-17. And this is such a huge serve because a side out by the Spartans is an automatic game point situation against the Bulldogs. So the serve, another beauty. Somewhat handled. It's in the air. Can they return it? And they do. And it goes deep and brought up by Tenuta to Beal. They're scrambling near the net. And it goes off the net. And it's game point for the Spartans. 24-17. The Bulldogs now need 8 in a row at this exact moment. They need 8 points in a row uninterrupted, or this upset is over. And the serve, it's silent, folks. The energy is palpable. It's unbelievable. Beal puts it in play, and then it's still alive. 24-18. The nerves, once that ball got in the air, the gym goes silent. Federico at the helm for the serve for the Bulldogs. A side out, folks, ends it. They need 8. 7. The serve handled. It's going to be a dump for the Spartans. Bump near the net. Beal to handle. And it's a point for the Bulldogs. 24-19. And we're waking up to our right a little bit here, folks. 24-19. Federico served to the back line, handled. Set, a nice one. And by number 10 is deep. 24-20, and they're inching, folks. They are inching. This comeback, nerves of steel, folks. Timeout, Scituate. Doesn't surprise me. Well timed. What a game, what a game. We are back, folks. The energy is unbelievable here. 24-20. Spartans lead game point. The serve, deep. Nice job handling it by the Spartans. They're going to have to dump it over. Number 3 does well at that. Handled by Federico. We're at the net. Beal puts it over. Handled by the Spartans. They're going to try to put it down by the Bulldogs. It's that play at the net. Beal tries to put it down. Handled again. Spartans need 1 point. Handled by Federico. Tough spot. Bulldogs fall. And the ball's in the air, but it doesn't get over. This one is over, folks. The Spartans' upset is complete, and the celebration on the Bulldogs' court. Wow, any given day, any given team, any given sport, folks. I do want to say this Westerly Bulldog team had a fantastic season. They really did. Congratulations to all the seniors for just an unbelievable season. They have a great season upcoming, a young team. It was a pleasure to cover them. And what an upset we did see today, folks. Any sport, anytime. We are Westerly.live, and we will see you soon.